Welcome to GusTech. This is the Corsair 600C. Today we have the Corsair 600C. This is one of the newest cases from Corsair Liquid Gaming Cooling Products. It's actually just Corsair, the company. Anyway, this is a great case. It is replacing a lot of their older, 600D, 800D, the Ds. This is the Carbide, the Cs, so it's cooler for some reason. Really fantastic looking case. They kept their awesome side window, as you can see. I'm going to go into this really quick here. So, wait a second, Gus, what's up with this case? I'll tell you what's up with this case. As you can see from looking at it, this is actually going to mount your motherboard upside down. Your motherboard's going to be what's called an inverse ATX layout. Why is that important? Why do we care? Why are you doing this to yourselves, Corsair? That rhymed. The reason that you do it is because it increases cooling performance, generally speaking. Well, why? How? What? Okay, I get your questions. Cool, and we'll get to them. Basically, you're going to have your CPU towards the bottom, and then right above it, you're going to have your graphic cards. Now, your graphic cards are probably going to generate the most heat as far as ambient temperature in your case, because CPU is really localized. Graphic cards are going to be spread out over a pretty large heat sink on the back. What you want in a case is for, hot air to have a place to escape. Well, with an inverse ATX layout like this, your hot air is going to go right up to your PSU and go right out of your case. Also, it's going to probably vent a decent amount through your actual graphic cards themselves, because all of the layouts and everything like that are kind of pushing the air from the front to the back. Every inverse case you're going to get, for the most part, is going to use what's called positive pressure. There's going to be a lot more air going into the case than there is going out of the case. Why? Well, that keeps all of your components cleaner, and honestly, it offers minimal but slightly better cooling performance over doing, a mixed rig or doing a negative pressure rig, which is really bad. Don't do negative pressure. Anyway, let's get into some of the features of this case and what make it stand out from some of the ones from Silverstone or some other companies that have inverse ATX cases. Let's do a 360 degrees, but with a sphere angle. So like 1080 is like 1080 degrees. Anyway, we're gonna do we're gonna show you the whole case. Here, ready for? Okay, here we go. So here's the side of it that you're gonna be able to see. Again, this is the opposite mount as normal, so you can have it on the left side of your desk and still look really cool. Here's the back of the case. Woo, really wonderful. You can see the fan is mounted down towards the bottom. Again, this is right where your CPU is going to be, just like a normal case, except completely upside down. You've also got a little bit of vent right here for some hot air to get out of the case, which is nice. Going around to the back, you can't see me anymore, but you can see the case, or I guess not the back, this is the side. It's just black. So, thanks Corsair, it's gorgeous. Black, I like that. Here's the front of the case, really clean, really minimalist. You got two drive bays because it's 2016 and you need drive bays. I actually do like the fact that they do have it in here and that it's such a clean look to it. It's not annoyingly out of the way, but you really can't tell that it's there either. So that's cool. I think Corsair did a good job with that design. Top of the case, we have our IOs right here. We have our fan controller, a bunch of USBs, a bunch of things I can't see because I'm behind the case. But it doesn't matter. Here's your, here's your stuff. Great job, Corsair. And the bottom, we can do a lot of venting through the bottom. CPU coolers, mostly. Everything on this case, as far as air going into the case, is going to be vented by a removable dust filter. And so you can just take those right off, clean them, spray them out once a month, once every 2 months, depending on how dirty you are. And Bob's your uncle, you put them right back in, and your case stays really pristine and clean inside. I've had an inverse case with positive pressure for a long time, and I don't think I've ever cleaned the inside. I've just cleaned the filters. It's awesome. Let's take off the back panel. This is how much room you're going to have for your cable management right there. That's tons. If you have any issues with cable management with like a full GusTech fat finger, you're a loser. You're not losers. You're going to do great because it's a great case. So we have our SSD mounts on the back side of our plate here to put our motherboard on. Real simple, just, you know, regular hard drives or whatever are not going to be as easy to put in here. You're going to put them into a special location, which is right here. These are your SSD mounts. Anyway, they come off. Thanks, Corsair. Great. This is a design they've used before. All right. So we have our little side window. I'm going to take it off so we don't break anything. Just like every other Carbide series, it comes right off. All right. We can get to the front of the case by going right in here on the inside. There's these little marks that we just kind of push the tabs in, and it'll allow us to take this front panel off of the case. And then I'm assuming the same things are on the other side, but once you get the one side off, it should just kind of wiggle free. Now, these are the funny parts of the GusTech videos when I, you know, break something that's brand new. Okay, just getting the tabs. Okay. Hey! All right, here at GusTech, we remove things the right way. So the tabs to get the front panel off are kind of a pain in the ass. Like, it'd be nice if they were just like, you could just pull them off, but you have to like push them in. It is a pain. Here's what's great though. You can take the whole front panel off, you can put it down, and then you can actually clean the dust filter, which again, like every good product, is secured with masking tape. There it is. There's your dust filter. Take it out. Go once or twice with your breath, air. They got it's all over my hand. And put it back on. Just snaps right back into place, probably, really simply. Except for when I'm trying to show you, because I can never seem to get this type of stuff right. Let's talk about the top of the case, where your PSU is going to be mounted along with your drive bays, or your CD drives and things like that. So it's hidden from view on this side, as you can see. It just has a nice Corsair-like sexiness on that side. So we're going to have to flip it around again. We're doing a lot of flipping today. But not flipping off. Okay, so the PSU is going to be mounted right up here. You're going to have the fan mounted so it goes through air like this. See where your finger is? That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, and that's going to, again, help you to expel some of that hot air that's going to be generated from your components. So the nice thing about having something like this is that all of your cords, if you get a non-modular power supply, which if you're buying this expensive of a case, you should probably just get a modular power supply. They're wonderful. But if you are for some reason skimping on that and you don't get a modular power supply, you can just shove all your cables up here and no one will ever see them, because they're never going to be, I mean, you're good. You got this side has the Corsair stuff over here. So you can't even see where my hand is? Yep. Anyway, overall, it's a great design for the case. Corsair's added all of their nice little convenience things that they put into the Carbide series for the last year or so. We reviewed another one of their spec cases that had, again, these same SSD type mounts. It gets rid of a lot of the frills that are in a lot of cases today. The hard drive bays that are removable. A lot of cases, when they're mounted the other direction, will have hard drive bays right at the bottom that are right by your graphic card, that are in the way, they're blocking the airflow from the front of the case. It dramatically reduces your performance, and most gaming computers don't need to have an extra 6 terabytes of storage or whatever. It's not necessary. So you have a couple SSDs, you get rid of the old hard drives, or you just swap them out when you need them, and you call it good. And that's what this case does. It takes away all the frills, takes away all the excess, and says, hey, the Corsair 800D was a terrible idea. No one needs 18 hard drives ever in their thing without a server rack. So they fixed it with the 600C. Thanks, Corsair. It's got 600 great things to it, and I couldn't go through all of them during this video because it's a little bit shorter. But great thing is, like I said, removable dust filters all over the place. Clean, sleek design. It is a little bit wide when you get it. It's going to feel a little bit big overall. I mean, it is a big case, right? I mean, more or less a big case, full case. But the point is that you're going to have lots of extra storage for your cables, lots of room to put all your components and work in it really easily. I mean, I can get through every part of the computer by taking off literally just 3 different pieces, and nothing is restricted for my, getting in there and going all over the place with the tools. So we're gonna show you guys what it looks like with components inside of the case. And there you have it, boys and girls. This is a computer. And make sure you check out our other video where we're actually going to highlight moving all of the components from an 800D. This is like a 2 or 3 year old computer, still a great top of the line computer, more or less top of the line. We're gonna move everything into this case and show you guys the things that you need to pay attention to when you're moving from one case to another case, you know, and not blow up the world and you know, your life in a nuclear winter. So anyway, check that video as well. That'll be linked in the description below. We are Gus Tech. This is the 600C. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.